Welcome to Corner Store Millionaires, real conversations with the people behind the businesses you see every day. With your host, John Mazzardi. Each episode features conversations with small business owners, sharing how they started, what it took to build their business, and what their life is like from behind the counter.
Welcome to the Corner Store Millionaires podcast. My name is John Mazzardi, and today I am joined by Chris. Before we dive in, can you give us a little bit of context about your business? What do you own? Where is it based out of? And what you're best known for?
I appreciate you having me on. I'm in Brockway, Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
Small town, probably a couple hours, hour or so south of Erie, Pennsylvania, New York state line. So we're small business, small town. I do a lot of more into the retail end of it, but my bread and butter on the business here is for the bow shop is work. So a lot of my business is people coming in and needing done on their bows or their crossbows.
And what are you guys shooting up there? What are you hunting?
Mostly deer, mostly whitetail. Of course, there are bear up here. A lot of bear hunting. I think we just actually had a mama bear and 3 cubs. I think it was in the neighbor's yard a week or 2 ago. So you got bear, deer, of course, small game. Along with that, there are elk here in PA. They're on a draw. So, but if you can pull an elk tag, that's doing something.
How does that work exactly? Is it like a lottery system or?
It's like a lottery system. You can put in for it, and hopefully you can pull one. So yeah, it's not that many tags. So it's tough to pull a tag.
Yeah, I didn't know you even had elk out there, to be honest with you. How much do they weigh? Are they substantially bigger than a deer?
Oh gosh, yeah. They're about 3 times the size of a deer.
Oh, geez. Okay.
So a good whitetail buck here is probably going to run probably in your average 160 pound range on average deer. Live elk, probably looking at closer to the size of a cow. So you're probably looking at yeah.
I got to be honest. So I got my license a while ago, so like many years ago, and I have never gone hunting. I imagine, and that's just with a shotgun or something, but
Right.
or a rifle. But I'm curious. Like it's got to be much more difficult with a bow and arrow, and a lot more dangerous for you, right? If you can't put this thing down and the bear starts charging at you or something, what happens?
Well, if you shoot one with a lot of times a bear will, if they're hit, they're going to run typically the other way.
Okay.
Unless they feel threatened or cornered, they may charge at you.
Okay.
Honestly, if that happens, you're not going to outrun it.
No.
They'll be on top of you before you even know what's going on.
Yeah.
And about the best you can do is curl up in the fetal position, lay face down if you can, and try to ride it out and pray to God.
Pray. Yeah. That's. What about the elk though? I mean, if you have a well shot, are you taking this thing down and if you hit it in its front, like in the chest area or?
Yeah, if you hit a elk, really any animal, elk or deer, whatever you're hunting, any big game you're hunting, if you hit them in the chest cavity where the lungs, the heart, of course, a heart shot, that's going to be the quickest, fastest. Of course, the heart is also only about, yay big around.
Right.
Not a real big target, but you got the lungs in there. Typically a deer, I mean, they can run. Now
They're strong.
You can
They're
shoot
big
one.
animals.
Yeah, I've shot one in and the deer, with a good lung shot and watched them run 75, 100 yards and before they drop.
Away from you, hopefully.
Yeah. They're running the other way typically.
How do you have to be? What's the effective range of a bow?
It really depends on the shooter. What they're comfortable with. Personally, myself, I don't like to take a shot further than 30 yards.
Okay.
Like them close. I want to see them blink
Sure.
before I get them in, before I take a shot. But I'm going to say probably 30 yards is probably the average shot most bow hunters take. They'll probably take about a 30-yard shot. Of course, some guys, if they're in a field, in a blind or something in a field, they can get further shots out. But it really kind of depends on hunter, how much they practice, how much they the further yardages. The woods, so it's a little tighter in the woods. You got trees, you got obstacles, so you're not going to get that. Typically, not going to get that 50, 60-yard shot or even 30-yard shot. Most of my shots have been 20 yards and less. So yeah, I like them close.
Yeah, in my head, right, it's a lot safer going after a deer at that range than I think bigger than that. But maybe you can educate me too, but for whoever is listening, with regard to bows, I mean, some bows that are stronger than others, a certain a certain amount of compounding, a certain string set, something like that.
Your compound bows, they vary. Of course, there's different draw weights, so you can get a bow that might shoot 80-pound draw. So that's basically, when you're talking a draw weight, you're talking it takes 80 pounds to pull that bow back.
Okay.
So you're really like pulling an 80-pound weight backwards on that string
with a couple strings.
Right, with a couple, or a release. Most people now with compound bows have releases that clip on to the bowstring. But my bow, I had shoulder surgery. Don't have the strength in my arm that I used to, and I'm getting older. So
I hear you on that one.
I'm getting a little bit older, so pulling that bow back's a little tougher. My bow is only pulling 50 pounds. So I'm like a 50-pound draw.
And that's more than sufficient though to take down.
That's sufficient. Now bear, you might want a little bit more if you can, pound it, but for hunting, which is probably the most popular hunting game in the U.S. is or mule deer, kind of pretty much same size, bodies and that. So that's probably your with a bow. But I think the state minimum, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, I believe is 32 pounds, a 32-pound draw, which isn't at all. Of course, I'm shooting 55 pounds, so it's not that much further than that. But
what happens if you were shooting for like a smaller game?
Smaller, same thing.
Not gonna blow them apart.
One thing about a bow, you're shooting an arrow and not a bullet.
Right.
So a bullet on, let's say, they're shooting a rifle. You're shooting a let's say 30-30. 30. That's a very well known whitetail round. Shooting a squirrel with a 30-30, probably not going to be much left of it.
No, there's not.
There's not a whole lot. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of meat on there anyway with a squirrel. But so most people now, if you're going to shoot them with a gun, a lot of people use a 22. So real small caliber, nothing big. It's not going to destroy the poor little thing. But
it'll be in outer space somewhere.
Right.
So I'm curious. So with your business, I know you're doing a lot of servicing and whatnot. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? What does it look like, and what exactly are you doing for your customers?
For the most part, I do a lot of string. One of the biggest things that people have to get done on their bows. Want to change out a bow, has strings and cables. Now they're all made out of string, strings and the cables. But those strings and cables, after they really specify that you want to try and change your strings out about every 3 years. Most people. So I try to push that to people to change them every 3 years. So they'll stretch out. I mean, constant pressure. Even when you're not using your bow, they're still under pressure.
Right.
I've seen bows come in on the string more toward where the cams are. There's tight wrap around those strings. It's called a serving. Well, that serving material, that's where you can really see how old the are on someone's bow. especially if it's, I had a gentleman come in about 2 weeks ago, and his it was on a crossbow. But of course, bows and crossbows, same thing, really. It's just different style, but the strings are the same, and the string serving had separated where the string would pull apart, and that serving that's wrapped around it is just, it looks like a spring.
I got you. Okay.
So when it's tight together, they're tight like on a spring. But when they start to stretch, of course, it stretches out like your spring is being pulled, and then they separate. That's really a good example of what your serving would look like.
Is it at risk of snapping?
Yes.
And it's like take somebody's eye out, or is it somehow managed where it won't really hurt you too bad?
No, it's going to hurt because when those strings and when they start to get frayed, they're, as you're pulling that bow back. Remember, when you're pulling a bow back, you're pulling it back, and the string is here. Yeah. It's at your face. So when that thing was to snap while it's here, it's not going to be good.
I see.
That string is going to, it hit you in the face, possibly take an eye.
So whoever's listening out there, service your bow. We don't want you losing eyes.
Yes. Go to your local and him.
Man, we're mailing them all to you. They're coming in from across the country now.
Send them over. Send them on out. We can.
Are you selling anything within your store, or is it predominantly services?
It's predominantly services. I do sell arrows. I do have a few retailers that I work with. 60 Custom Strings is my string supplier. They're based here in Pennsylvania as well. I've been with them for a while, probably 7 years now. Okay. I've been with them. I work with Deer Crossing Archery. They are they're my arrow supplier. They're a small. I deal a lot with smaller companies. Now CX, like I said, they've been around for years. Ever since I think I started bow hunting. Probably 30 years ago. And but guys here, they're in Ohio. Deer Crossing Archery, they're in Ohio. They make custom arrows. What's nice about them is being a small shop, I can get a dozen arrows, or I could get 500 arrows. It doesn't matter if it's a small order or a large order, and I can custom make them made just for that. Customer wants certain color veins on there, or we tweak it around and make it more of a personal item for them.
That's cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah. I do have a scent dealer. They're Black Widow deer lures.
Okay.
They're in 2 places. I believe they're based out of Kentucky, but they have it's actual deer lure. It's deer pea. So it's I was
going to ask where it came, how they made it.
Yeah, it's synthetic, they do have a synthetic because some states don't allow to use actual live deer urine.
Okay.
Because of CWD and different problems like that with the. Okay. But they do have herds of deer. They have a herd in Ohio, I believe, and a herd in Kentucky. Because even though whitetails tail, they're still the same species, but there's a difference between a northern and a southern, a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit of a difference. So they have the 2 states there that they southern herd and southern urine down in Kentucky, and then I believe their Ohio herd up here, if I'm not mistaken. They've got a herd for a northern, so they've got the northern and the southern.
That's interesting. I didn't know. I thought it would have been the same, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and a lot of people, you don't think about it. No. And I've had everything that I sell here, I've used 60X strings. I use Deer Crossing Archery arrows. I use, the lure. Oh, I put it through the test of deer lure because I've used a bunch of different lures. Okay. I've used I've used the HS Strut brands. The deer lures out there, and I'd have some success, but it was really hit and miss. But when I tried the Black Widow, that stuff was just, I had instant results, and I put cameras on everything, so I could see for myself to see, what we're,
Sure.
what it was looking like, to see if it's actually bringing deer in, or if it spooks them, and that, stuff like that. So
What's
I'd have to
you
say I've had the best result with this. So I think they have a good product out there.
Okay. All right. Do you have any of the video online
Of the
of like the results? So you put you put the lures out and then you put the cams up and
I do have a few. I'd have to go back through my archive. I don't think I have put some online before on Facebook page.
okay.
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and
I
backtrack into some of those.
I would be curious, and I'm sure that I not only, these would like to see that stuff too. Maybe the manufacturers would even be, maybe they get a little jealous or something. They learn something about one works better than the other and why, and they can start tinkering a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course they're online. I believe they've got a few pro shooters and pro hunters there that's with their, so a lot of their stuff, they do film a lot of their stuff too.
Gotcha.
They go on their and check out some videos. I believe they got some videos out on YouTube, some of their hunting videos and that. So, but they're like I said, I've had good luck with it, and it's easier to sell it when you believe in it yourself.
I agree with that 100%. That's very, very smart observation statement. It's very true.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't believe in it, you're not going to push to sell it.
No, sir.
But yeah, those are really my three largest dealers that I deal with.
Okay.
Because I do a lot of service work.
Sure.
So work on crossbows and bows, and I think I've done just about every style of bow and crossbow out there that I can think of.
Okay.
What do you even in the Ravens? Even in the Ravens crossbows, those are they're high dollar crossbow. So yeah, they're very compact.
What's the price point?
Raven, they average, I think, between $2,000 to $4,000.
Okay.
For a crossbow.
That's a little bit of an investment there, right?
Yeah. They may go higher. They're there's no doubt about it. They're fast. They're a good built crossbow, and they do stand behind their but I'll tell you what, they're definitely they're high. So a lot of, honestly, the bow I shoot, it's a McPherson.
Okay.
McPherson is out of business. They're gone. If I ever needed parts for this bow, I'm out of luck.
You're the guy, though. You're the guy that's you can figure it out. You can service it yourself.
We can figure it out. Yeah,
you're the McPherson guy now, all over the place. So it sounds like you're doing things right. Things are going well for you. What are you trying to accomplish going forward?
When I first started this business, I was working another job. This wasn't when I first started the business. I started in North Carolina. When we lived down in Statesville, and when I started, all I was I think it was a 14-foot storage building.
Okay.
You would have to walk past my lawnmower to get to the bow shop in the back.
Gotcha.
So, and when I first started, I'd person here, person there. They'd come in right before I think I had 6 or 7 people standing out in the yard because I couldn't fit everybody in the shop.
Okay.
It was in rain.
Yeah.
So they're out there they're just into each other, swapping hunting stories out in the drizzling rain. Or I'd have one, whoever's in there, I'm taking care of their, getting wrote down and what do they want? What are they looking for? Get everything wrote down and taken care of, send them out, and I'd pop my head out the door. Okay, who's next? Come on in.
Right.
So yeah, I've upgraded a little bit from that. So thankfully,
that's good.
But yeah, when I a normal job, I'd work on the bows on the weekends. I'd work on the bows and crossbows at night. There were nights I'd be out there till midnight, working on equipment.
Okay. So
So,
more of the same going forward. You're going to expand the service side of the business.
yeah,
Okay.
I can do for the most part anything I need to do on someone's bow.
Hmm.
Uh, a short shooting range here in the shop.
Oh, that's
Um,
cool. Okay.
so yeah, it's a lot of. I'm not going for distance, but if somebody needs to say paper tune their bow,
Sure, sure.
um, paper tuning, gets the flight of your arrow coming off the rest, as straight as possible.
Hmm.
Uh, you're aiming for that bullet point hole. So I'm able to do a thing from setting the bows, getting their take care of their timing, make sure the timing on the are in. Like say we can not going to be able to your bow at 30 yards, but we can at least get it shooting straight.
Yeah, well,
So
I think that's the maybe more
and
important part.
that's the game right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the part really is getting tuned in.
Okay. Yeah.
Them here and a twist of a string there, and it's like a puzzle. You just kind of try to figure it out as you're going.
Yeah, absolutely. So I wanted to ask because if there's anyone who's listening who, again, maybe they're at an earlier point in their own like journey, whether they're starting a business or they're interested in, getting one going. Do you have any sort of advice that you could give them to help them along their way?
Get lots of sleep before you start,
Okay.
because once you start, you're not going to get much. Like I
No.
said, I was for nights I was out there,
Yeah,
at midnight, you know, and what you want to do,
that's a great one.
enjoy what you're doing.
Mm,
You're not going to make it last, in my opinion. I don't think you're going to make it last, because you're not going to be in it.
I agree.
I think I
Agree.
biggest thing is enjoy what you're doing. When I started this business, I did it because I loved to bow hunt, and I tinkered with my own bows, and I thought I could do this as a business.
Sure.
So I started it up and grew from there. Like I said, I did have a little hiatus when we moved from North Carolina to Pennsylvania. I didn't even start it right away when we moved here. I actually just reopened the shop here in I don't even think it's been a year yet.
Okay.
Maybe just that I've been
Think that
running.
things are going well for you.
Things are going well. Yeah. Thankfully, I wasn't to delete my Facebook page, so I did keep the Facebook page. So that was a plus. I didn't have to start that all over again. But yeah, I mean, should, I've always heard this: if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
There we go. It's very true. It's very
Yeah,
true. And
and
people could tell
start
you're
small.
passionate and you're there to help and you'll spend extra time with them and it
Oh
it
yeah,
makes it so much better and easier for sure.
yeah, yeah. I want customers to come out of here. I want them to say, "I know everything's good." I don't want them to have any questions. I don't want them to get home and go, "Oh, he didn't tell me if this is good or this is bad," or you know, he spent time with me and everything, and make sure
Right.
everything was in the right spot.
That's right. That's right. Chris, I don't want to take too much of your time, but I would just want to say thank you, right, for joining today. If
Yeah.
somebody is out there and they want to learn more about you or connect with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
Best way is I don't have a website or anything like that. I have a Facebook page,
Okay.
so you can Big Sky Bow Shop
Okay.
on Facebook and Instagram. So I'm on both of those platforms. And of course, phone call. You can always call area code 336-906-1490. That's the phone here to me. That's my direct line. So it'll go straight. Secretary, my wife, she don't answer my phone. So
Okay. Right to you.
it's coming straight to me. Yeah,
All
I
right.
do. I do.
Love
So,
it.
but
Okay.
yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, what we'll do is before we publish everything, we'll put it all in the notes, the contact information and stuff. So whether
Yeah.
it's up on the podcast website or when you want to republish it on your end, all the
Mhm.
information will be in the video. It'll be in the show notes, and it'll allow people to click through. Hopefully, help you out, get you some inward links, help with the
Yeah.
SEO and all that other fun stuff. But that's it for this episode. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for listening to Cornerstone Millionaires, and we'll catch you in the next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care now.
You too.
That's it for today's episode of Corner Store Millionaires. Appreciate you being here. If you got value from this, make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who'd enjoy it. And if you know a business owner doing something worth spotlighting, send them our way. There's a link below to apply to be featured. We'll be back with another real conversation soon. Until then, keep building.